All right, this is Boxing with the Truth, and I am the Truth, and today's April 25th. And today we have the pleasure of having with us former light heavyweight champion of the world and former heavyweight champion of the world multiple times, Michael Moore. How you doing today, Michael?
I'm good, John. How are you?
I'm good. You've just won too many titles to try to break down that introduction.
It's always a good thing just to break them down because that's an accomplishment.
That is true, and I'm just going to go over that real quick. You actually have won the WBO light heavyweight title, and you had the WBO, the WBA, and the IBF heavyweight titles, right?
Correct.
Okay, and your pro record ended at 52 wins with 40 knockouts, 4 losses, and 1 draw? Or is that
Yes.
no? Yeah, wow, that's impressive.
Thank you.
And I want to bring up something real quick that I actually learned, and I don't think a lot of the fans know this, but it's a nice little accomplishment in your career, and I want to see how you feel about it. You are actually one of 4 men to win the heavyweight divisions titles versions of the heavyweight championships 3 separate occasions, and the other 3 guys are Muhammad Ali, Evander Holyfield, and Lennox Lewis. But then also in the light heavyweight division, you're one of 4 men to win a world title at both, light heavyweight and heavyweight, and that was Bob Fitzsimmons, Michael Spinks, and Roy Jones Jr. So that's quite an accomplishment to be in that list of men right there.
Yeah, it's indeed a pleasure just to be, included in some of the legends that you announced. But also, I'm the first one in the history of boxing to become the softball heavyweight champ, the first softball heavyweight champ.
Yeah, and I just had that fact, but you stole it from me because I was just about to say that too. And that I actually just learned that today. So that's pretty impressive as well. But I want to just go over a few names on your resume because obviously it's too long to go over everybody. But you fought Vasily Giraffe, David Tua, Evander Holyfield twice, Von Bean, Francis Botha, Axel Schultz, George Foreman, James Bonecrusher Smith, Alex Stewart, Bert Cooper. That's who you won your first heavyweight title off of, right?
Correct.
And then I want to bring up Billy Wright. I don't know do you remember Billy Wright?
Bronco Billy Wright. Yeah,
Yep.
he's fighting again out here.
And that's what I was going to tell you is because I actually just recently did an interview with him and he brought up your name, and I just wanted to let you know that he's actually still fighting.
Wow.
So
How old is he?
he's like 52, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's still giving it a run. He wants the world title still, so.
Wow. I don't know if he got beat up or not. If he can still speak properly.
No,
he can do it,
No, he seems to be in good shape still. He's actually doing some type of long walk right now for charity, like with I don't know what charity it is, but they're doing some type of long walk like across. I don't think they're going across the whole country, but they're like doing across some states or something to raise money. And so yeah, he's active in the community with charities, and he's still boxing, and he's just really upbeat about trying to get a title shot. And
Okay.
so I want to I know this has probably been brought up tons of times in your career, but I just want to kind of hear it from you. I saw the fight personally. Now, the George Foreman fight, you're obviously winning on the scorecards. I know obviously to you probably thought you were winning. And then all of a sudden, 10th round, he comes out of nowhere and basically knocks you out. Now, did you personally, were you getting ahead of yourself in that fight? Did you already think in your mind, hey, I got this one, this 45-year-old ain't going to beat me? Did you get kind of lazy, or what happened?
Well, that fight was so long ago with Foreman. I didn't get beside myself at all. I just was so uncomfortable. I got inside the groove. I got in the groove of throwing my punches and, just performing. But, that's part of the game. People, I'm not going to dwell on it. It's part of the game. It was an unfortunate incident that happened. And, you know, I lost my title, but I bounced back and came back and won the title again.
Oh, no, I agree. I was just curious myself because, like I said, everybody could clearly see you were winning. And then something just seemed to change in the 10th round, and then he just caught you. So I didn't know if, you know, because some guys kind of float in the last 2 rounds if they think they're winning and stuff, and sometimes they get caught. And I didn't know if that's what happened or what.
No, I just got caught. I don't float. I'm not a person that just gives up easily neither. So I was trying to do it, but just couldn't.
Okay.
I tried to get up, but just couldn't get up.
Okay, now I want to talk about a brief retirement in your career real quick. I know there was a couple retirements, couple short ones, and then you came back right away. But there was a longer one too, where it seemed to be, you know, you kind of went in a dark place for a minute. Unfortunately, your grandfather tried to sue you. Then you started drinking a little bit. How did you get yourself back out of that to come back and accomplish what you did after that?
Well, I'm not going to sit here and talk about things that happened in the past because no one prospers from things that happened in the past.
Okay.
And I'm not going to talk about negative stuff neither.
Well, no, I just wanted to know how you got yourself back out of that to be positive and put the past behind you and come back and accomplish as much as you did.
Well, I really don't remember, but the thing is, you know, if I got into a dark side, I rebounded and got myself together and still won the title again.
Okay. Can we talk about a couple of your trainers? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, now you had Emmanuel Stewart for a while, and then you guys parted ways right after you won the title with Burt Cooper. What was the reason for that?
I guess I was probably too hard-headed and hard to train. I don't know. I never really got an answer from that.
Do you still have the more sports entertainment management? Are you still running that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So let's talk about the fact that you did some training after you retired then. So you were assistant trainer with Freddie Roach for a while, but then you were training other fighters as well. And you actually trained a local fighter here in Minnesota a little bit, Minnesota Ice Joey Abell.
Yeah, Big Joe.
Can you tell me a little bit about that? I'm sure the local fans would like to hear about that.
Yeah, Joe's a really nice guy, really humble guy. Sorry things didn't work out as far as him fighting, you know. I don't know if he's still fighting.
Actually, he actually just fought last weekend. I actually photographed his fight.
Wow, really?
Yep, he's kind of getting back into it. He's trying to come back full force after the Tyson Fury fight. So he was just on a local card here, and he's kind of trying to get back into the swing of things.
Oh, okay. Well, if he's saying, tell him I say hello. But I wish him all the luck in the world.
Okay. Also, I found out that a bigger dream of yours was actually to be a police officer. Is that true?
Yeah, at one time it was.
Okay, and then for a while though, are you still a private investigator now? I know you were doing that before, right?
Yes.
Are you still doing that?
Yeah, I'm still a private investigator, bodyguard. Yep.
Okay, so how does that seem to be working out for you?
Well, it's good. You know, it's slow now, but, you know, I still get work here and there. Bodyguard detail or PI detail.
When you did fight, did you ever have any superstitions or rituals or habits that you did before a fight?
Not off the top of my head, no. Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Now I know you had a lot of big fights, and you know any boxing fan out there is pretty much aware of a lot of your opponents. But if you had to pick one, win or lose, who do you think was the toughest opponent you ever faced?
It's really hard to say. They were all tough because they were all trying to get me. I was the guy to beat, so they were all tough.
Is there anything that, let's say, the fans don't know about you, Michael?
I'm pretty much an open book. You know, I've become more humble over the years and a little laid back, low key, my own business, you know. Over the years, I just do my thing.
Okay, now I know, like you just said, you're still doing the private investigating, and I know you're doing the training for a while. Are you still involved in boxing in any way? Are you still doing any of the training? Are you still in the gyms at all, helping people?
No, I haven't been active in boxing that often. I want to get back. You know, I want to get into, you know, broadcasting or working with a promotional company.
Okay, well that'd be great to see you broadcast. And speaking of that, what do you think of Al Heyman and these guys bringing all this local boxing or all boxing back to the local channels and giving a lot of these up and comers some chances to get on TV?
I think it's a great job that what Al's doing, because a lot of people, you know, the people who are fighting can't afford to have HBO pay-per-view, so he's giving it back to the people who can't afford it. And I think it's a great avenue that he's taken doing it.
Are you do you follow the heavyweight division anymore at all? Do you watch any of these guys?
Oh yeah. I still follow all boxing.
Okay. So what do you think now that Deontay Wilder won the belt? What's your opinion of Deontay Wilder?
Deontay Wilder is the future of heavyweight boxing for Americans anyway. He's going to be the only one that's going to be able to beat Klitschko because he's tall, he uses his range, he has Mark Breeden training him, exceptional boxer back in the day, and also he has power. He can box and he can punch.
Okay, is there any heavyweights out there right now that remind you of you back in the day? Not that I see any. What do you think the way boxing has changed over the years since when you fought and like everybody basically, it wasn't, I mean, it was about the money. It's always been about the money too, but there was a lot of pride involved back then and fighting who was the best. And nowadays it seems like a lot of these guys are trying to protect their undefeated records and they're trying to get bigger paychecks when they haven't even earned them. How much do you see boxing has changed since you've been fighting?
Well, I don't see how. What's her name? The guy, Brian Jennings, that gets a title shot fighting Klitschko tonight. You know, I don't want to take anything away from Brian Jennings. You know, probably a great fighter, but he's not on the level as Klitschko. Klitschko's going to blow him away. How do they make fights like that? It's a total mismatch. Are
you going to actually watch that fight tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to definitely watch it. I'm a fan of Klitschko.
And you said you watch all boxing, so speaking of that, on May 2nd, obviously everybody knows about the big fight between Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. What's your opinion on that fight, and could you break it down for me a little bit?
Well, there's different ways I'm going to break it down. Pacquiao, Mayweather. Who am I picking? I will pick Pacquiao. Why? I used to work with Pacquiao, so I know how hard he hits. I'm sure Floyd hits hard also. I'm a fan of both of theirs. But I just think that Floyd, maybe getting bored with the sport right now. But also, Pacquiao, he's been wanting this fight for so many years, and Freddie been wanting this fight, so I think he knows the antidote to beat Mayweather. But then again, Floyd is the greatest counterpuncher this sport has ever seen, and he does it better than anyone. He may catch Pacquiao Pacquiao coming in with that straight like Marquez did. But then again, if, you know, it'll be a good fight. We hope it's a good fight. Then again, I don't know if Floyd doesn't know how to lose. You know, Manny knows how to lose. But other than that, hey, I'm picking Pacquiao.
Okay.
We have another fight. We'd have the second fight and then possibly the third fight. Pacquiao wins the first, Floyd wins the second and the third. Then it's over.
Okay. Now I recently saw, when I was doing some research, I recently saw a fantasy matchup between you and Michael Spinks, two of the greatest light heavyweights ever. If you guys ever fought, what do you think would happen in that fight?
I can't answer that question. The fight, it was never made and it will never be made. So I'm not going to disrespect that guy or disrespect myself. You'll never know.
Well, I mean, definitely. Obviously, the fans know it would probably been a great fight, though. Two of the greatest ever in that division fighting each other.
Thank you.
So, I mean, like, you've had so many accomplishments in your career in the light heavyweight division and the heavyweight division. Is there one memory that sticks out to you that is the greatest memory that you've had in your boxing career?
No, there's a lot of memories, but there's not one in particular. You know, I highlight some points, you know, different things in my life that I was going through. I've highlighted some things. You know, that's good stuff.
Is there, when you were fighting, was there ever like one person that inspired you in and out of the ring in your life?
Myself. If I think of, I just use my mind. I just think. I inspire myself. No one else can inspire me. They don't live in my shoes.
Okay.
I have to learn to inspire myself.
I mean, like I said, I mean, your career is phenomenal. I mean, you've basically done everything you possibly could in your career. But is there one opponent that you never got to fight that you wish you would have gotten to fight?
I never gave it any thought, to be honest. Never gave it any thought.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to wrap it up. I appreciate you taking the time and being open with me and talking about some of the things. And is there anything that you want to say to your supporters throughout your career, your fans, before we end this interview?
Well, thank you for the support, and, you know, and I had fun doing it, and I hope you guys had fun watching it.
All right, and with that, the truth is spoken.